أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. 76, that is from Surah Maryam. ويزيد الله الذين اهتدوا هدى والباقيات الصالحات خير عند ربك ثوابا وخير مردا. ويزيد زاد زيد يزيد يزاد. This is ziyada from zayada, 3 letters. Zayada, zuyida, yazidu, yuzyadu. This is from second bab, al-bab al-thani. Ziyada means to increase. To increase. This is the master. Za, ya, dal. So, yazidu increases. Mudari. This is Mudari Ma'lum. This is a verb which has ajwa, yayi. For new students from other class, we will come to that subject later on. So some of the things are new for you here, perhaps. Yazidu increases. Allahu Allah. Allah increases. Allazina, those who ihtadaw, guided, hidayah, hadaya, hudiya, ihtadaya, uhtadiya, yahtadiyu, yuhtadayu, ihtidaun, ihtadi, ihtidaun. This is to get guidance. Those who are guided, Allah will increase hudan, their guidance. Allah will increase the guidance of the people who are guided, who are on guidance. Allah will increase hidayah of the people who are Muslims, who are guided. Hidayah. Allah will increase, will protect them, and will increases the guidance, hidayah, huda, of the people who are on hidayah, who are on guidance. So, this is like solidifying, stronger, making stronger and stronger. When somebody is on guidance, hidayah, does more, Allah will give him more. So he will be more and more in Islam, in Iman, in guidance. Wal-baqiyatu. Wal-baqiyatu, rest. Baqiya. Baqiya, buqiya, yabqayu, yubqayu. This is from 4th bab. Baqiya, buqiya, yabqayu, yubqayu. Baqiyun is ismul fa'il. كتب كاتب وقتل قاتل. Baqa means to be left behind, to stay, to last, not to go away, to remain, rest, become rest, not the one which goes away, the one. Baqiyat is plural. Well, baqiyatu, the ones which are left behind, things which are left behind. As-salihatu, good acts. Salihat comes from salaha or saluha. Saluha, suliha. Yasluhu, yuslahu. Salah. This is to fit, to be proper, to be good for something. So, salih is ismul fa'il, thing or person who is fitting. Salihatun is feminine, feminine. Salihat is plural of that feminine. Wal baqiyatu, the remaining ones, al baqi, as salihatu, good acts. The acts, good acts which stay behind, khayrun, are better. Sadaqa, jariyah, is better. Good acts and deeds. The person dies, his good acts and deeds stay behind, continuous working. Masjids, buildings, sadaqa jariyah are good things. These are وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ خَيْرٌ better. عند presence ربك of your Lord. ثوابا from the point of ثواب. That is better. وَخَيْرٌ is good. مَرَدًّا from the point of رَدّ. رَدّ, رَدَدَ, 3 letters. 3 letters, رَدَدَ, رُدِدَ, يَرْدُدُ, يُرْدَدُ. مَدَدَ, مُدِدَ, يَمْدُدُ, يُمْدَدُ. But مَدَدَ becomes مَدَّ. رَدَدَ becomes رَدَّ. Because 2 letters, same, رَدَدَ, dal, 2, 1 becomes 1 with shadda. So, مَرْدَدٌ, رَدَدَ, يُرْدِدَ, يَرْدُدُ, يُرْدَدُ. مَرْدَدٌ is what? Ismul Makan, Ismul Zaman, Mastar Mimi. Yes, Hadi, Hadiya, Hadi. Mastar Mimi. That is Mardadun. The place of Radd, the place of the time of Radd, Radd, doing Radd itself. Radd means what? To return back, to answer back, to reject. Somebody proposed you, you do Radd, return back means you reject it. Okay? Somebody asked a question, you did Radd means you answered back. Radd. Somebody wrote a letter, you did Radd, what did you do? You answered, sent back, or you answered his letter. Radd, radada, radada. Ridda, a person becomes same thing, becomes, rejects deen, Islam, goes to another religion. Ridda, irtidad, murtad, same word. Radada, ridda. مَرَدٌ وَخَيْرٌ وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَةُ good acts which stay behind. خَيْرٌ is better عند ربك, in the presence of your Lord. عند presence, عند Allah, in the presence of Allah. عند ربك, your Lord. ثوابا from the point of ثواب. ثواب is reward. وَخَيْرٌ is better from the point of what? Maraddan, the place of return. I mean, good acts, good deeds, sadaqa jariyah and others, are very good in the presence of very rewardable, better, very much rewardable, also very good as something returned to. At the end, when we go inshallah to Jannah, we will be going to Jannah. Jannah is like Marad, the place of return to. Last place, return to. What for? How? Because وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ, we did good deeds. Allah forgave us and things like that, but good deeds are very good. أَفَرَأَيْتَ, a question. Brothers, sisters, girls, in Arabic there are 2 words for question. One is second one is hel. Lam. So, normal sentence is sentence huwa qa'imun, Zaydun qa'imun, Zayd is standing. Zaydun, Zayd, qa'imun is standing. When you bring at the beginning, Zaydun qa'imun, is Zayd standing? Or hal Zaydun qa'imun, is Zayd standing? So, whether sentence is positive or negative, just at the beginning of sentence, when we bring When you don't have, that sentence becomes question. Not like English. You are you? Are comes before. You before. Verb comes before the subject in English, but not in Arabic. Different. A question, fa like fa. رأيت أفرأيت الذي كفر بآياتنا وقال له فإنما على بلدا. رأيت comes from, رأيت is ماضي. رأي رؤية يرأي يرأي. رؤية to see. رؤيا dream. In dream you see. رؤيا. Okay? This is ماضي. رأي رؤية يرأي يرأي from third bab. فتح فتح يفتح مفتح. So ماضي معلوم. رأي رأينا رأيت. You saw. رأيت. Did you see? أفرأيت. Did you ever something see? الذي, that person who كفر, disbelieved. كفر كفر يكفر كفرا from first bab. كفر is ماضي معلوم غائب مفرد first one. كفر disbelieved بآياتنا with our verses. Ayat plural of ayah. Did you see person who disbelieved in our ayahs? وقال, he said. قال قبل كتب, but قبل turns to قال because واو is said turns to قال. وقال, he said. Did you see a person who is disbelieving and he is saying what? لأوتين مالا وولدا. Mal, wealth. Let us begin from there. Mal, wealth. Walada, children. Wealth and children. Malun wa waladun. Walad in Arabic, child, which covers man and a boy and girl. Covers. Malan wa walada. وقال, he said, لأوتين مالا وولدا. لا means of course. لا. أوتي, أتي, آتي, أوتي, يأتي, يؤتي. But this is أأتي. One letter is added. أأتي, أؤتي, يؤتي, يؤتي. يؤتي is مجهول. مضارع مجهول. يؤتي, يؤتيان, يؤتيون. تؤتي, تؤتيان, تؤتين, يؤتي. تؤتي, تؤتيان, تؤتيون. تؤتين, تؤتيان, تؤتين. أؤتي. I am given, to give. Passive. Somebody else gave me. I am given by someone. La, of course, utayanna. Noon, shadda, also noon of ta'kid. That is also another, of course. Another, no doubt. La, of course, utayanna. I am given, definitely, mal and mal, wawaladan and children. This kafir is saying, don't you see that kafir who said that, oh, I have wealth, I have children, what else I need? I don't need anything. I am wealthy, I am healthy. I don't need anybody. Don't you see the people who disbelieve, they say like that? أطلع الغيب أم اتخذ عند الرحمن عهدا عهدا كلا. A question. طلع rising, sun rising. طلع البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله داعي. طلوع, rising. But same word has another meaning, becoming aware of something, because that also is like rising. You are like sun, you rise from the mountain, you become aware what is there. Rising, rising, rising. So, طلع, اطلع, this is a little different than what you know, you students. Becoming muttali', becoming aware, becoming knowing, acquainted. A question. اطلع الغيب. Is he, question, is he aware? الغيب, غيب, unseen. Does he know unseen? Does he know غيب, future? Or. M means or. M. Or. اتخذ, أخذ, he took. أخذ, أخذ, يأخذ, يؤخذ. اتخذ. Is he aware of knowing unseen? And does he take عند الرحمن, did he take عند الرحمن, in the presence of Rahman, Rahman is Allah, عهدا, covenant, promise. What Allah is saying in previous ayah, this kafir is saying that he will be given, he is given, definitely for sure, wealth and children. Now Allah is saying, does he know unseen, future unseen, or he made a covenant, contract with Rahman, merciful Allah, ahdan ahd. Does he ever something made sure that Allah will help him? Is it something like that? Kalla, never ever. No. He does not know ghaib. He does not have any covenant. سنكتب. كتب كتب يكتب يكتب نكتب. We are writing. سنكتب, we will say. سوف, استقبال, future. سنكتب, we will write ما that يقول, he says. What he says we will write down. All kafirs, what they are saying, it is written by. All people, what they are saying, doing, is recorded down. Because angels, kiram and katibin, everything is recorded, being recorded. Nothing is left unrecorded. نكتب, we will write ما that يقول, he says ونمد, مدد مدد, يمدد يمدد, نمدد here. مدد مدد, to prolong, mad in tajweed, also to help and to stretch, make long. نمد, we are making long, له for him, من العذاب, from عذاب, مدا, long one, long of the long, and we will stretch azab, we will from azab things for him more, we will make his azab more, we will stretch, we will make long. His azab. ونرثه, ورث ورث, واو را تا, ورث ورث, يرث يورث, ميراث, وراثة, وراثة, heritage, inheritance. ورث ورث, يرث, this is from 6th bab, 6, حسب حسب يحسب, ورث ورث, it is يورث, but wow disappears, wow is 6, so it becomes yarisu. Yarisu, yarisan, yarisuna, terisu, terisan, yarisna, terisu, terisan, terisuna, terisina, terisan, terisna, erisu, narisu. We are inheriting. To inherit, to get heritage. Venerisu, we are inheriting who? Him. ما that يقول, he says. What he says we are going to inherit. He will not be able to destroy what he says. What he says will be recorded. We will have that with us as heritage left behind by him. He will die, but that will stay. All things you do, we do, is written record. When we die, they don't disappear, they are left behind to Allah. Allah is protector, Allah is Iraq, Waris, inheritor. So, that will stay at the day of judgment. When we are raised, that will come back. So nobody could erase, nobody did erase, did eliminate. Whenever we will inherit from him, ma that yaqulu, he says, what he says. Ma, how many meanings? 3 meanings. One is not, second is what, third, relative pronoun, that, what, that, which is, something like that. وَيَأْتِينَا, وَيَأْتِي, يأتي مضارع, أتيا, أتيا أتيا, يأتي يؤتي, أتيا to come, أتيا coming. It is, which bab is that? أتيا أتيا يأتي يؤتي, second bab, and your second bab. So that is أتيا أتيا يأتي يؤتي, comes. ويأتي, comes, not him, us, to us. ويأتي, who, he comes, not us. فردا, mufrad. What is that? Alone. Fard, alone. We are born alone. We live together in families, in society, but we die alone. وَلَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَا فُرَادًا. كما خلقناكم أول مرة وَلَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَا You came to us Furada, first, alone, one. Lonely, alone, individuals. Kama as khalaqna, we created. Khalaqna, you, min qablu, before we created you before, one by one by one. Born, live, die alone. Come to this world alone. Go from this world alone. No help. No community. No help. Alone. Yeah? This is what is meant here. This person, we will inherit what he does, he will leave behind what he did, what he said, and he will come to us farda, person, one, single, alone. وَاتَّخَذُوا from أخذ root, but اتخذ two letter is added. اتخذ اتخذ يتخذ يتخذ factors اتخذ اتخذ يتخذ يتخذ اتخذ اتخاذ متخذ to take, to accept. اتخذوا this ماضي. They took min dunillahi, min from dun, other, Allah, other than Allah, from other than Allah. They took from other than Allah alihatan, gods. Alihatan, plural of ilah, la ilaha, no God. So gods, alihatun, gods. They took, accepted for themselves gods, plural, as other than Allah, excluding Allah. They took for themselves gods, supreme beings, more than 2, 3, more, 4, 5, salat, other than Allah. They did not believe in monotheism, oneness of God, tawheed. They did not. They took for themselves as gods, a lot of them, and excluding Allah. They did not take care. They did not pay any attention or care about Allah. Before yakunu, they become yakununa. Kavana kumina yakunu yakunu. Yakunu yakunani yakununa yakununa. Yakununa, but noon disappears, last noon, because we will come to that sometimes. Yakunu, so that they become, kavana, to become, to exist. Lahum, for them, izzan, a power. Izzan kalla. Buddha is other ayah, following the ayah. وَاتَّخَذُوا مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ آلِهَةً لِيَكُونُوا لَهُمْ عِزًّا كَلَّا. So, they took other gods as their gods, excluding Allah, not considering Allah. Why they did before yakunu, they become, plural. Who will become? Is God. Lahum, for them, izzan, strength, power. Aziz, strong. Izzah, strength and power. Izzah, strength and power. Kalla, no, wrong, never ever, no, not at all, rejection. Kalla is rejection. Allah is rejected. Kalla is such a word which rejects in Quran. Kalla sawfa ta'lamuna, thumma kalla sawfa ta'lamuna, kalla law ta'lamuna ilma al-yaqin la tarawunna. Kalla, no, not that way. It is rejecting the past thing. Kalla belongs to past. In your Quran, it is in my Quran, same, I believe in your Quran too. Definitely in my Quran, there is slight differences with Saudi Qurans and Pakistani brothers published over there. Izzah, there is la in my Quran. La, don't stop. There is la in that stop. There is small la. Then please don't stop because it is connected. Kalla, kalla, there is stop. Because kalla belongs before, non-stop before. Because it is rejection of what is said before. This is Hafs. This is Quran I have. This is Ottoman Care. A little different than Saudi King Fahd. Different than in Pakistan. They have different shed there. They don't put jazz as regular. And two different. It is totally both. All these signs were invented after the Prophet, so it is okay. But one needs to know a little bit. سيكفرون كفر كفر يكفر 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 يكفران يكفرون. Kufr, disbelieving. They are disbelieving. Mudari, ma'lum, jam', ghaib, jam'. سيكفرون استقبال. They will be denying, disbelieving. سيكفرون, they will be denying, rejecting, be with عبادتهم, their worshipping. عبد, عبادات, عبد عبد يعبد يعبد. They will be denying their worshipping. At the day of judgment, these gods worship, people worshipped in this world to them, but at the day of judgment they will be rejecting. They will say, you did not worship to us. It was what you have done was not worship. We are not going to help you, because everybody will approach to God, to whoever idols worship here. Idols will reject the followers who follow them here in this world, will reject at the day of judgment. So these gods will reject their followers worshipping to them or being servant to them. Ibadah, ubudiyah. وَيَكُونُونَ they are going to become they will become alayhim upon them ضد opposite. They will be enemy, opponent, not friendly with each other. There will be adversarial relation between them. You go away, we don't want you. They will be speaking to them, you help us because we worship to you, you help us. There will be a fight, conflict between worshipped ones and worshippers who worship to them. All world who are not on right track, not worshipping Allah, not Muslim, worshipping other things. You think Hinduism, you think these animist people, animism, China, this Taoism, Christians who are worshipping to Jesus Christ, Lord and God and this type of things, and others. How big problem is at the day of judgment. This ayah is covering that. Yes. Alam tara. A is what? Question. Hal and A is question. Lam, we touched in other class, very small touching. Lam. Tara. Tara is tara, but tara you. Tara you. That is tara-you. Ra'aya, ra'aya, ru'iya, yar'ayu, yur'ayu. Yar'ayu, yar'ayani, yar'ayuna, tar'ayu, tar'ayani, tar'ayna, tar'ayu. Ra'aya, ru'ya, to see. Ra'aya, tar'ayu, you are seeing. Lam tar'ayu, you did not see. Lam makes mudari. When it comes before mudari, lam plus mudari makes negative of madi, negative of the past. So you did not see. Because lam makes jazm, the end, so tar'ay, then a is omitted, ya is omitted, tara is left. Two letters, but really it is tar'ayu, tar'ay. So, lam tara, you did not see. Alam tara, did you not see? Enna, en, na, us. Enna, ennana, that we, of course we, anna, inna, anna, arsalna, we have sent. Rasala, arsala, one letter is added. Arsala, ursala, yursala, yursala, arsala, 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 we have sent. Don't you see that definitely we, now we, Allah says, arsalna, sent, we have sent, الشياطين, shaitans, plural. Satans. على الكافرين. على upon. To. الكافرين, disbelievers. Don't you see, don't you know, O person, that we definitely have sent Satans to the disbelievers, to kafirs. Kafara kufira, يكفر يكفر. كافر اسم الفاعل. كافر كافران كافرين كافرون كافرين plural. Don't you see that we have sent disbelievers, shaitan, to the disbelievers. تؤزهم أزا. Yes, تؤزهم أزا. تؤز أزازا مدادا. 3 letters. In Arabic, 3 letters. To find 3 letters, root letters are very important. أزازا أززا يأزز يؤزز مدد مدد يمدد يمدد. Example. ردد ردد يردد يردد. Another example. So أزز أزز يأزز يؤزز. يأزز يأززان يأززون تأزز تأززان تأززنا. These تأزز تأزوز توزا شدة تأز. So تأز أزز to incite, to push to evil, to make someone do bad. Allah is saying, don't you see we have sent them shayateen to kafir. We have sent shayateen to kafir. Those shayateen ta'uzzu, they incite. Ta'zuzu, they are inciting whom? Them, as them. Very strong inciting, very strong incitement. When verb comes and its root, masdar, comes afterward, it makes emphasized meaning. Don't you see we have sent shayateen to kafirs, and these shayateen push them, they are pushing them to inciting them, pushing them to evil. Don't you see? فلا, then here, لا تعجل عليهم. عليهم, upon them. لا تعجل, what is the root? 3 letters. عجل. عجل, people know that language means to be in a hurry, to do hurry, عجل, hurry, عجل. عجل, عجل, يعجل. Which bab is that? 3rd bab. عجل, عجل, يعجل, يعجل. So يعجل. Then in that table, لا تعجل. يعجل يعجلان يعجلون تعجلان يعجلن تعجل. مضارع. You are in a hurry. But لا تعجل, you are not in a hurry. لا تعجل, you don't be in a hurry. فلا, then لا تعجل, don't be in a hurry, O Prophet. Now addressing the Prophet, عليهم, upon them. I mean, this is the situation These disbelievers will be punished. Shaitans have been sent to them. Don't you see that shaitans are inciting them to evil? Then, O Prophet Muhammad, don't be too much worried or rushing or full of concern or worry that what will happen to them. Don't be rushing. Take your time. That will come. We will take care of them. فَلَا تَعْجَلْ. Don't do ajala. Don't be in a hurry. عليهم upon them. إِنَّمَا only. Innama is one word which means only. Innama na'uddu lahum adda. Innama only. Na'uddu. What is the root? Adada. Yes, adada, udida. Ya'dudu, yu'dadu. Like madada, mudida, yamdudu, yumdadu. Ya'dudu, ya'dudan, ya'dudu, nata'dudu, ta'dudan. You got na'dudu. But it is na'dudu. Dal, shadda one. Ain gets the dhamma, na'uddu. Adadun, to count, number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Na'uddu, we are counting. Innama, only. Na'uddu, we are counting. Allah is saying. Lahum, for them. Addan, very strong counting. I mean, we are really counting. This is what Allah is saying. It's not, I'm not just saying counting. We are really counting what they are doing. 1, 2, 3, 3. I mean, minus everything we are considering, we are counting, we are registering, we are putting in numbers, and we are very strongly counting what they are doing. I think I will conclude here. Time. Question: on the day of judgment, will anyone be excused by saying they did not have the knowledge of the laws of Quran? Is ignorance an acceptable excuse for Muslims also? a lot of explanation about that. First, Muslims had to know from their friends, from their colleagues, from their parents, from their community, basic things. And not doing basic things because they did not know, still will not take away their responsibility. Forgiveness is in the hands of Allah. We don't know. He could forgive anything, repented. He could forgive anything repented by that person, including shirk. Allah says, I may forgive everything. Even people did not repent, did not desire to be forgiven, did not ask to be forgiven. I can forgive everything except shirk. If that was not asked. So Allah could forgive, this is in His hands, but in our level, human level, we are responsible to know laws of Allah, basic ones, responsible for that. If we don't know, don't learn, we are responsible for that not learning. Not learning. Muslims are in a community. Next person is responsible to educate. Next person is responsible to educate. But if a person living in a desert, in an island, Amazon, forest, have no contacts, yes, not knowing is excuse. In that situation, the person is not responsible for what he doesn't know. Not responsible for that. Only responsibility is to figure out whether there is a creator, supreme being. He may not know the name of Allah as Allah. Figure out that there is a creator, because he is different. Somebody must have created me different than these trees, than these animals. Look, I am thinking. If he is able to normally thinking person, if he is able to think in normal way, he is responsible to figure out that there is a creator. He is not responsible for amals, for amal, for namaz, salah, because he doesn't know. There is nobody who will teach. Sayyid Rasulullah, the voice of the Prophet did not go to him. Wahy did not reach to him. He is not responsible for that. This brings responsibility of Muslims to educate each other. Amr bil ma'ruf, nahy anil munkar, ordering good, preventing bad, is duty of everyone. Muslims are a community. Have to be a community, commune together, community together. Everybody is responsible for everybody. I am born to a family, you are born to different families. I am not privileged because I am born to that family. You are not privileged because you are born in that family. We are Muslims. We are brothers and sisters. We are responsible for each other. Community, Muslims are responsible. Muslims are the community. Jama'ah, together. Needs to be a leader, Khalifa. Emir, Naib Khalifa, Quran, obedience, learning, studying, helpful, good heart, taking care of each other. That type of community. Muslims are like that, need to be like that. Muslims cannot harm anybody. Muslims cannot deny any good from anybody because he is not related or she is or not related with him. With her. No, it's not Islam. There are many sorry, I'm addressing to myself. There is many non-Islamic practices among people, Muslims. It is not Islamic to cluster race, culture, tail, my, not tail, not his, I. People are dying, we are watching indifference on TV. We know somebody is suffering, we don't care. Haves a lot of money, have not, nothing, watching each other, looking at each other, don't care, passing through. Where are you going? Come here, help us. Muslims are Muslims. Wealth, health is grant of Allah. Nobody's grandfather's. Wealth, property is wealth. Nobody's grandfather's guaranteed thing, property. Everybody needs to share, everybody with reasonable nicely. Muslim community is Muslim community. Everybody will teach everybody, everybody will help everybody. Violent, big one, 40 miles, 50 miles in a village here. Establish an Islamic village. From entrance Islam, saying Islam, masjid, retirement houses, people are taking care of each other, graveyards, guest house, good emir, this is our mayor, this is our city, this is our village, we will obey this imam. What he says, we will do that. We will be our brothers from all over the world came here, found ourselves in this country. End of the life, retirement time, at least that time, we will be under one imam, one leader, do Quran, do hadith, read, understand, help out, take care of each other. Hair stylist, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Zikrullah, La ilaha illallah, shoemaker, polisher, another dua, Allah, Allah, what kind of cities, what kind of village is that? Establish a village, living Islam. Everybody will learn everything in the street over there. Everybody will take care of everybody. Let us see an exemplary Islam, living exemplary Islamic life somewhere in the world. Tell for Dawah people come here, family live. This is Islam. These people are Muslims. You want to be like that. From one point to another. Okay, question, another question. We are okay then. Since we come alone, we return to Allah alone. Is that not support for the argument that the co-joined twins from Egypt should be separated? Very interesting theological question. First, I visited them. I saw them, I visited them. One of them seems a bit mature, the other one weak, and the one was mature, he was smiling and looking at the interesting. And I met both of the doctors, Mahmoud and Hassan. They were very happy. We delivered the letter. We are very happy having you here. I think they appreciated Muslims here. They did not have cars. They are very busy, definitely over there. And we could have arranged better. Take them, bring here some doctors, and something like that. Could have been done, but we did our level. How did we used to tell somebody, another brother, arranged that. You are raising very interesting question. Is these two twins, each one is independent human being, or they are one? Of course, medical thing is medical. I am speaking from our perspective. They have one body or two different bodies connected with each other, and 4 hands, 4 legs, and how independent each one of them are. Definitely they are independent, each one of them independent, because function, one is sleeping, the other one is not sleeping, one is smiling, the other one is not smiling. So each one is independent. But because they are so much connected with each other, how much independent they are? Are they 2 persons in one body, or 1 person in 2 bodies? Something. Interesting thing. I don't know the answer, but I think, inshallah, that will be successful. But I am assuming so much challenging things. Perhaps somebody may think it may be better to kill one, sorry to say, to let others survive, something like that. Is it right? How do you do that? That will be, I think, a big decision. Azhar must, Egypt, Azhar must decide. We don't know, I cannot answer. Are you going to kill? I will say, don't kill. But they will say, medically it is necessary to make sleep the other parts of this body, so that to save the remaining part of the body. A big challenging subject, difficult subject. Interesting things. But what a nice thing. Everything is paid by this country, by that organization, and doctors, nurses, and from there, and brought here, they are struggling to figure out, as one of the Egyptian doctors, Dr. Mahmoud, was saying. He said that he's over 6 months with his children, so he knows everything. So he said that the doctor here in Medical City Children's Hospital is like #1 in the world in that area. So a lot of consultation, speaking, conference call or teleconference, whatever they have, these techniques all over the world, all doctors all over the world getting involved, following, suggesting this way, this technique, that technique, this technique, I mean, big thing. thing is happening here. May Allah bless you. Hayır inşallah. Thank you very much. Selamun Aleyküm.